If you're around a lot of negative people, change that circle of influence. You can't be the one that's always pouring out to them. They're going to eventually want to pull you down. They're eventually going to want to think about, no, man, you'll never get to that point. So change your circle of influence. And then you want to have positive peer pressure when you embark on a new journey. You don't want to be around the same individuals that, man, you're never going to make it. That's too hard. That's not really from us. That's from anybody from our neck of the woods have never gotten to that point. Blah, 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 blah. Change it. You can. If you believe it and you see it through, you can have whatever you want. I used to think that was so cliche. And boy, was I wrong. I was wrong. So you might have to change your circle of influence to individuals that support your goal and your vision. What's going on? Hello, friends and family. This is another episode number 3 of Talks with Ken. And I'm your host, Kendrick. And yeah, this has been fun so far. This has been fun. I've actually been having some conversations with people who've tuned in to some of my podcasts already, having some little small talk and looking down the road and saying, hey, can I come on the show? Yes, we're going to talk about X, Y, and Z. So thanks for rocking with me. I can't wait to get into some of this discussions today. I hope you guys made it through the first 2 weeks, or can I say the first week and a half of New Year's unscathed. And then hopefully all you guys took my advice, put pen to pad last week and started writing out your plans for the rest of the year for you individually and your family and those around you. So with that being said, let's get into our first topic of today. Number 1, with all this new stuff this year, everyone wants to have a New Year's resolution. Me per se, now in my life, I don't really do New Year's resolutions. If I have an idea, I just do it. I don't wait till the new year to start. And I would say, but if you are having a hard time with getting going year in and year out, I'm okay with the New Year's resolution if that gets you off the stool of do nothing. But no, so I'm not a New Year's resolutioner, but to my New Year's resolutioners, the first topic is, why is it so hard to make new change and have sustainable change? All right. So let's talk about it. So some of the things that I want to talk about, when change arises, or when you say you're going to do something that you normally don't typically do, and number 1 is you. It's like, well, can I really do what I say I'm going to do? Because you really have a hard time following through what you say you're going to do. The best version of self-love is following through what you've promised yourself you're going to do. But change is always hard when you're getting out of your comfort zone. And I've mentioned this before in some of my YouTube shorts, but you got to first have the faith. Then you got to have the belief that you can complete what you say you're going to do. And it's also really, really hard if you've never done it. And then you have those external forces like your family. You got your family and your friends. Like, you ain't going to do it like you didn't do it last year, or you're going to do it for all of 2 days and then you're going to give up and you're going to say it's hard. So you have a lot of individuals that may be giving you extra non-motivation for you to not act out what you say you're going to do. And I'm here to tell you, go ahead, do it. Forget about the naysayers. As I do every day, one foot in front of the other. Don't think too much about it. If I can give you one little tidbit, is when you get that urge to try something new, that moment, right at that moment when you feel the most passionate, I don't care if it's in the middle of the day, middle of the night, early in the morning, take that first step, take the second step towards what you say you're going to do. And then what helps you sustain that is being able to have that gym rat mentality. I really don't like doing this today, but I'm going to do it anyway because I promised myself. And that's how you're going to, hey, New Year's here. This is day 1. I'm going to get that workout in. Let's go ahead and do it. Then that day 1 come. I got off work late. My lunch is a little bit shorter today. I was going to go on my lunch break. All right, you know what? I'm going to go in and get 15 minutes in. Like, start small. That's what I do. I always start small. And so once you get past, number 1, you and those friends, those resolutions normally become hard because sometimes you also want to regress into your comfort zone. And when you regress into your comfort zone, your safety space, when you believe that, you know what, maybe this isn't for me, right? Maybe this is for me. Well, how do we get over that hurdle? How do we get over that? Maybe this isn't for me. I have this thing that I've adopted maybe 5, 6 years ago, maybe even longer, because I've been telling my boys this: try quick and fail fast. Meaning, if it's a lofty goal, give it your all for 3 to 6 months. Give it your all 3 to 6 months. And I've mentioned this before. If you give it your all 3 to 6 months, not like half doing it every day, not like half doing it every week or every month, just like fully giving yourself to it. You're thinking about it, you're planning about it as if this is your full time gig, full time job, full time career, full time hobby. Excuse me, y'all. And then it will reveal to you if it's for you or not. So that's how I would push off the regression. If you're saying, all right, I'm like a couple of weeks in and I'm already, doubling back on what I said, which I'm here for you. Please just tune in to me. Continue to put positive thoughts, positive things in your ear, positive music, positive vibes. It's 2026, y'all. 2026, we got to do this thing, okay? So don't self sabotage. Do not self sabotage your New Year's resolution. I know last year it was somebody on social media. It was like a weekend. They said, all right, Happy New Year. We in 2025. Bring on 2026. I already failed. Yes, it is comical. It is fun to hear or see that words have power, and over my lifetime, I realized that self-sabotaging thoughts, self-sabotaging words really go a long way when you're trying to start out new. So let's leave those little jokes out just yet. Okay. We're gonna push through on our New Year's resolution. And at this point, at this moment, right now, if you have not, go ahead on YouTube and subscribe. It's Talks with Ken. There's another Talks with Ken, I believe, somewhere on there, but I'm the one with the little cartoon logo. Look that one up because I'm going to be here for you. And I already know that you guys are going to be here for me. So when we get to that finish line or whatever goal we deem fit, we're going to celebrate each other. Okay. So go ahead and click that link below and stay tuned for a lot of good motivation and inspirational tips. All right. Back to our regular programming. Let's get to number 2. Why do we resist change? Think about that. Why do you think we as individuals resist change? Let's talk about it. Uncomfortable situations at first seem daunting. It seems scary. And you're like, am I going to really go through with this? What if I look stupid? What if I look dumb? What if I fail? Okay, start over again. I couldn't believe you only fail when you give up. You only fail in life when you give up. I mean, I'm going to reiterate it. Fails are for lessons, not losses. Adopt that, learn from it, and put that a part of your repertoire. So you're going to feel uncomfortable because it's new. And I think that's a part of growth. A little side note, one of the things that kind of helped me out on my journey is having an unwavering belief that I was going to live out my goal. And now, I'm going to be real. That took 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times to even believe in me, but I never gave up. Now, I might have sat on the stool and do nothing for a month. Heck, one time I think I had to redo my entire goal or vision after that first year. But that dream wouldn't leave me. That vision would not leave me. So I was like, all right, Ken, this is what you didn't do last time. This is what you need to do this time. This is how you prep for it. This is how you study for it. And then, as I said before, when you gain more knowledge, and that's through life lessons or reading or whatever have you, um, the second time or third time, around, you begin to see where you faltered the first time. And this is why I like, side note, this is why I like entrepreneurs. This is what took me to the real estate space because everyone has a goal to be an entrepreneur. And I'm speaking because this is what I'm doing as the real estate side. When you are looking at real estate, you don't know what you're going to get. You really don't. You can think you've run the numbers, you looked over the property, you had inspections, you had individuals come and scour the ground. Um, yeah, you should be pretty good. Go ahead. Yeah, start the bill. Yep, go ahead. And at every phase, everything you thought was going to go right, it is going to go wrong. And later on, I'm going to post and we're going to talk a full in depth conversation about how my real estate journey got started and how it's going thus far. But everything that you've ever read about having problems in real estate is definitely true. And but the resiliency that one needs to see that plan through is out of this world. And I think that's one of the most tangible things that I see in my adult life right now is that you're gonna have problems every day. But you got to be a fool to think that you're going to be able to succeed and go through those barriers. I guess I'm a fool, y'all. I guess I'm a fool. Because one of the things your mind tries to get you to go back to your safe space, the area in which you knew before. But growth will never happen to you if you're constantly resorting back to what you've known for most of your life. So my first thing is yes, it will be uncomfortable at first when you're trying to resist change or your body is trying to resist new change. And then secondly, you got to change your circle of influence. I didn't really know what this meant per se. You always heard it kind of sound cliche, but a lot of the individuals that's in my circle are all individuals that are I'm saying up here, but for you guys in podcast world are higher. Not saying I'm the lowling, but I am the lower ones of the inner my circle of influence. And so let me give you an example. And I think I seen this on one of them, not equating everything to money, but I'm going to give you this example. It's like if you were to say, oh man, $100,000 is great in 1 year. But then you in your circle of influence, they're like, oh, $100,000 a month is mediocre. You are eventually going to want to elevate to get to that metric. And same thing around people. If you're around a lot of negative people, change that circle of influence. You can't be the one that's always pouring out to them. They're going to eventually want to pull you down. They're eventually going to want to think about, no, man, you'll never get to that point. So change your circle of influence. And then you want to have positive peer pressure when you embark on a new journey. You don't want to be around the same individuals that, man, you're never going to make it. That's too hard. That's not really from us. That's from anybody from our neck of the woods have never gotten to that point. Blah, 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 blah. Change it. You can. If you believe it and you see it through, you can have whatever you want. I used to think that was so cliche. And boy, was I wrong. I was wrong. So you might have to change your circle of influence to individuals that support your goal and your vision. All right. Lastly, on my second point, maybe you've never seen nobody do what you're embarking on, or what journey you're embarking on. You've never seen anyone be a astro scientist. That's something, right? Or maybe a physicist, or a developer. You've probably never seen it. That's daunting. You might even go inward and say, "Why do I believe or have the faith that I can do this?" A little note, if you feel that so heavy on your heart, that means it was placed in you by God or the Most High. If you're constantly going back, feeling like, man, there's something else that I can do, there's something else that I should be doing, go with it. A lot of people don't know that's the voice that's speaking to you. Go with it. It's going to be hard, but whatever it is, it's something that gives you a small jolt of energy, even when you're tired. And you're like, you know what? This is my obligation to do this. Me, I feel this is my obligation to speak life into you guys. And it's fun. When we start getting these individuals on the podcast, it's going to be even better. Okay. But, the thing is be okay with being uncomfortable, change your circle of influence. And it's okay if you haven't seen anyone in your lineage do it. You believe and you be the first. What's going to happen? You're going to have a lot of naysayers. I'm going to tell you that. You're going to have a lot of naysayers. You're going to have individuals looking at you sideways, and and heck, you might even look at yourself sideways. But have the belief, have the faith in yourself. And I'm here to tell you, if that assignment was given to you, it wasn't given to them. Fail forward. It's okay. And when you succeed, I'm going to say, job well done. You're going to say, job well done. Okay. All right. So it seems kind of short, today, but this, I have not received any yet. Well, I have received a couple of questions for Kendrick. So I'm going to open up the floor for you to send me some messages, send me some more DMs. All socials is Talk with Ken, and it's the cartoon logo. On, I think, YouTube, it's also Talks with Ken, We Are Becoming, and it's the cartoon logo. But please go ahead and send me some of your DMs, your questions, some questions about life, financial questions, relationship questions, kids, friendship questions, motivational questions. And we're gonna have that dialogue. So, because I do plan on having a little bit more fillers sent out to individuals that have some stories to tell themselves, and they're successful in their own ways, that I believe going to benefit my listeners here. So I can't wait to when we actually get that going, and stay buckled up and stay tuned in, because when it does happen, boy, we're going to wrap up. We're going to wrap up and we're going to have some fun with it. Okay. And then, so even on my email, you can do talkswithken26@gmail.com. And again, that's talkswithken, the number 26@gmail.com. I will be looking forward to seeing these messages, your kind words. I really appreciate it on the videos that you're responding to or replying to. I'm loving it, y'all. I'm loving it. Again, happy 2026. And till the next time, this is Kendrick Rowland signing out. Peace.